Yeah. Welcome one, welcome all. Well, good afternoon. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, and a little hot, a little humid today, relatively speaking, and just on my way back home here from work. So we had this kind of how to manage your stress and work kind of workshop today, and I have to say that, you know, since I picked up my motorcycle and been riding back and forth to work, I think that has definitely helped in the stress department, you know, lowering that and making the rides enjoyable to and from work. So in the one thing out of the workshop that I took away from was managing your energy. And you know, the theory goes that there's things that you cannot control outside of yourself, or outside, obviously, the realm of what you can control, which is your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, and how you converse with others, how you react to situations, and managing your stress in your work, and using and focusing on those items rather than on the stuff that you can't control. You know, for me that's pretty difficult, because you know, the personality that I am, I guess I need more of a big picture, and it's hard not to get hung up in some of the details that are not, that are making the big picture being sidetracked or taking away from the big picture. So that adds stress, and those items, I can't control those items. Systemic issues that we all face in our work environment. The things that detract from what you're trying to do to succeed, or the things that kind of limit the organization from being as successful as it can be. So, you know, when they were talking about what do you do to reduce stress, and they use, you know, your body, your mind, your spirit, I think there was a couple more in there, but it didn't really stick. But what did stick, though, is making sure that you're taking time throughout the workday to step away, to re-energize, making sure you are taking those breaks from the computer, and trying to, I guess, reduce a little stress and fatigue that wears on you throughout the day. Well, it helps, sure. Yeah. Is it going to change what those stressors in the, I guess, the root cause of the stress what I say is the issues, I guess. No, it's not going to solve them. But it may solve how you, your quality of life, I guess. You know, and certainly having a motorcycle and being able to do this, riding back and forth to work, and here I am vlogging. Yeah, I am vlogging about work, but it was kind of a non-stressful day, a workshop to get you kind of thinking about something other than, you know, your day-to-day tasks. So, and I guess that's the point to having a workshop, to get you kind of thinking that way. Kind of going crossways to the wind here. It's going from right to left. I hope you guys can hear me good. It's pretty strong. You know, so I look forward to the ride home, and the only downfall maybe is I'm adding a little bit of fatigue and stress when I get home to download the videos and to do extra editing. In my job, I do spend a fair amount of time in front of the computer. Man alive. I don't know if... I guess we'll have to see what the sound is here, but... I'm not an expert at reducing stress. I do know that I don't probably lead the best life outside of work to like exercise and diet. I could probably vastly improve there from what I'm doing at home, but you know, I'm not here to make an announcement on YouTube that I'm going to start exercising and eating right. You know, it's something that a person has to think about and be cognizant about, and put some thought into that. I think having a life outside your job is important. You know, whether you have kids and a family and you're running around for your kids, or if you have a volunteer position, or you have a secondary business that you're trying to run. I think that makes for a well-rounded person as well, and I think it just makes for a happier life too, to have that extra, I guess, interest outside of work. I mean, my God, I've seen people, that's all they have is their work. You know, and which is fine. It's fine for them. It probably makes them happy, but you know, there's God damn it, man, there's more to life than sitting in an office and spending 2/3 of your life working, and again, if that makes you happy, that's great, but that certainly isn't what makes me tick. That's for sure. Oh, this ought to be fun. God, I hope they tar this soon. Holy shit. This is some really loose gravel. So I guess my personality, you know, in knowing a little bit about myself and I guess the best possible place for me to be in, and the kind of job that makes me happy is I have to be able to express who I am and express myself freely a little bit, and I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and you know, I want to get tasks done quickly. Opinions, and I would have to say observation mean more to me than facts do, because sometimes the reality of a situation can override the facts, and you may have to react to that reality first, and you may not have all the facts. So sometimes you gotta roll that way, and there's a lot of people that'll quote in my profession science. I take science with a grain of salt because studies are controlled, and that's what science is. It's kind of I guess study that can be repeated in a controlled atmosphere, and sometimes that doesn't work in the natural world, especially when you're dealing with ecology. So, and not to get into another topic, but you know, getting back to my personality and how I knowing myself better and being able to know what my triggers are, I think may help here in the future, but it's so easy to revert back and to not keep on top of your triggers or what and see yourself slip back into being stressed or allowing the stress to overtake you without taking action. It's easy to do, you know. You just get ground down, you know, sometimes. So the question is, you know, what do you folks do to relieve stress from your daily life? Exercise, motorcycling, that has to be up there. Things like that. You know, to me, I enjoy my time away from work. Having vacation it's a luxury, and being able to take those days off and pursue things that pursue interests outside of your career is fun. But you know, those vacation days are only so long. They only last so long. And you know, when they're used strategically, I think they can help re-energize your battery and your energy. But again, I think a person has to, if you have it, if you're stressed and you have your vacation built up, you know, for God's sakes, take the vacation. Take some time off. Get the hell away from the office or the job site. And, you know, life's short. I mean, it is a marathon, but it's also short. And you know, it's important to, I guess, have those other interests, like I said before. I know one thing that, for my generation, I'm in my early 40s, and we've kind of grown up with computers. We saw the Mac and the Apple come on board in the mid-80s, and video games, and we were kind of the first generation of electronics, really. And email, I think we've witnessed how we communicate and the way that's changed. And one of my causes of stress really is too much information, too many emails. You know, you look down and all of a sudden your inbox goes from, well, for instance, my email box doesn't get under 300 emails. And it's quite easy to get up to 800 emails. And, you know, your brain doesn't function to take on that kind of, I guess, volume. You know, and I think what happens is your brain goes into survivor mode and it shuts down sometimes. You get too much information, and that can be a cause of stress. Now, yeah, there's some things you can do to manage email and things like that. I do purge a lot of email. It seems nowadays, and hey, I'm guilty of this. If it's important, you're going to get another email on it. I'll guarantee it. And usually the first email, especially if it's sent out from upper echelon, seems to be recalled, replaced, and revised. So that can be a trigger of stress, you know, the volume of email and the too much information online, you know. And we have a lot of choices on how we can communicate in today's world. And, you know, I think what's been so exciting is the webinars that have been offered, and you can literally, within the employer I work for, you know, there's a lot of webinars that you can sit in on and take a myriad of different topics, and a lot of good information out there. but it's your time, you know, and all of a sudden you got too many choices. And again, a person has to get good at prioritizing what they want to do and how they want to do it and how they want to go about to get what they want. And you know, I guess that gets back to your position description, the vision of the job, you know, you want to create that vision. You know, when you're done with your career, what do you want to have accomplished? And you know, working down into the smaller details of the week by week tasks and things like that. So you gotta know when to say no, I guess, and when to not when to, but how to prioritize, I guess. You know, and I've been called old school. I prefer to pick up a phone for most communications. Too many times I've sent an email and the context, because you're rushed, and I'm a horrible typer. Well, I can type, but I got a little bit of dyslexia to me. For instance, I'll put two words right ahead and behind each other. You know, like I'll type one word twice right in a row, and I won't catch it. Because of my personality, I want to get things done fast. I don't want things to build up. You know, I want to do a good job at getting a task done, but I also want to get through. There's a lot of people in today's world where they're not doing their job and things are not getting done. You know, so pick your poison. I guess I'll have a little slop with my work to get it done. And that's the way it is. You can be so meticulous that you only get one thing done a day. And you know, that's the society we live in. You know, it's all about numbers. You're being tracked. It seems like everything you do. You know, so that gets a little hard. Yeah, so I do like to pick up the phone. I like to call, and that way the tone of the conversation does not get taken out of text, and you can gauge the person on the other end, how they're doing. You're checking in with them. Is everything okay? And I guess that's just the way it goes. You know, unfortunately, we're dealing with people that hide behind emails, that don't want to take responsibility, you know, for what they're doing, and that causes more stress. You know, the thing about it is I got to focus on me and improving the products and the tasks that I do, improving the results that I have, and I can't get wrapped up in what everybody else is doing. I don't have the time to do that, and it sucks the energy out of you. You know, that's an energy waster, and that gets back to that vicious stress cycle See, the water's gone down. Been a few days. So, you know, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, checking out the video. Please like me, subscribe me, comment below, and Hogtie TV appreciates your patronage. Thank you. Bye-bye now.